Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing, man? Antonelli here. Hey, what's going on, guys? How we doing, man? Antonelli here. Today, we're talking about when you finally commit, right? You sign that national letter of intent. You finally make that team that you've been working towards for so long. What's the next step? What do I see, and what do you have to do to make sure you're putting yourself in a really good position down the road? Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Before we get into that, today's video is powered by Triton. Now, if you followed our channel, you know that we've used Triton jerseys and gear for the last 5 years. They do an amazing job with our stuff. So go and check out custombaseballjerseys.com. You can go and see what they're able to do for you. You're able to design your own jerseys, a bunch of really cool stuff. So definitely go and check them out. They're awesome. All right. Okay, now, when it comes to committing, right, to college, or when it comes to finally making your high school team, or when it comes to getting on that travel ball team that you've been trying to get on for years and years, right? When you finally get on that team, okay, that is not the time to take the foot off the gas. I see this happen a lot. Players commit, right? They're working so hard, everything they got every single day, and they finally, coach says, "Man, we want you. We want to offer you," right? And boom, I've made it, right? I've made it, and then they take their foot off the gas, okay? Or a player gets drafted, right? They're working to get drafted, working, they get drafted. Take the foot off the gas. Or they make the major leagues, take their foot off the gas, right? Whatever level it is, whatever team it is, some players, not all players, but some players, when they finally get what they've been trying to get, they take their foot off the gas. They relax a little bit. And what I'm saying is, you've got to do the opposite when that happens. When you finally make that team, when you finally commit to play college ball, when you finally make varsity baseball, whatever it is, that's the time when it's time to shift into an even higher gear, a higher gear. That's when it's time to go pedal down, pedal to the metal, right? If you don't, that's when you get left behind, okay? So don't think that you've made it just when you finally sign the national letter of intent or get the scholarship offer or the roster offer or whatever it is. Because when you finally do that, the competition's only going to get better. The players are only going to get better. Their work ethic's only going to get better, right? And so if you think that you can now take a breather, I can rest now. Hey, I don't have to do those 6 a.m. workouts anymore. I don't have to go to the gym 4 days a week anymore. I don't have to take the extra BP anymore, right? That's when you're going to get left behind. That's when you're not, you made the team, but are you going to start or are you going to not? Are you going to be on the bench or are you going to start? Right? So that's the next thing. And one thing with me when I remember when I finally committed to Wake Forest, like I was super excited, right? I'm going to play college baseball. A little bit of relief, right? You're working hard every single day. Right? You're doing so much stuff to make sure that you're putting yourself in the best possible position, that college coaches like you. And then they finally say, "Hey, we want to offer you. Here's your scholarship offer." Boom, I sign. I'm good to go. I remember the very first day that I committed, I literally thought, now I got to play. Like, now it's time to really go because I want to play as a freshman. I want to step on the field the very first day, and I want to be able to compete with the guys and I want to play. So that's what I want you guys to think. And a lot of players do think that, but there's a lot of players that I've seen this happen a ton, right? Especially when I was recruiting and when I was talking to other coaches, right? You see guys play, right? And you see how they play the game, how they approach the game, how they work. You see their actual performance on the field. And then all of a sudden they commit someplace and you see them like down the road and you're like, what happened? Like, this guy's not as good as he was 6 months ago when I saw him. Or you start talking to people and you're like, he's not putting in the same type of work that he was 6 months ago. So that happens a lot. I've seen tons of players get worse. Everyone thinks like, oh yeah, I'm just going to keep getting better and better as I get older. Like, you're either getting better or you're getting worse. You're never staying the same. And so I've seen it a lot. Players get committed. They make that team they finally wanted to make. And now it's like, all right, man, let's celebrate. And all of a sudden, a couple months go by and you're a worse player than you were 3 months prior. Because you stopped, you arrived, you made it, right? And like I said, that's the time to work even harder because you're only going to play against better players. When you finally get into college, this ain't high school anymore, right? You've got to compete now against players coming from all over the country. And if you're lucky enough to play further than that and get drafted, well, now you're playing against the best players in the world. And if you get to the major leagues, now you're absolutely playing against the best players in the world, like the top players in the world. And so there's really no time to sit back, relax, enjoy it, reflect, oh man, this is amazing, I made it. You've got to work even harder every single time you move up and level. So hopefully that makes sense. Just something I saw. And I've seen over the years. Hopefully that will help you guys out. If you're one of those guys that feels like maybe you took the foot off the gas a little bit, it's time to go accelerate, pedal down, kick it into the next gear. Okay? So let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, share the video with all your friends. Give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. Check the description box below. We got a deal going on Plate Crate. We got a link to our Patreon page. We got a bunch of other stuff down there to check out. And that's all I got, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.